Hey, what's up guys? My name is Cameron Gallagher and today I'm going to be talking about our new Wedding LUTs pack. So I really wanted to create a LUT pack that was very simple and of course very inexpensive. That's one of the biggest things. And something that would be more tailored towards weddings. Now granted, you can use these for pretty much anything, but I feel like this type of style that I'm going for in a lot of these LUTs would fit more towards weddings. So I kind of wanted to show you how you would apply these. Now I'm going to show you guys in Premiere because I've already shown a video on how to do them in DaVinci Resolve. So check the link down in the description below for the GH5 LUT pack, and that'll show you how to do it in Resolve, but this is how you're going to do it in Premiere. Now, just a quick disclaimer, these LUTs are for any camera. And what I've done to make it easier to work with any camera is, let's say you shoot in log. Like for instance, I shoot here in the GH5 in Vlog. So what I did is in this LUT pack, I also included some conversions. So what you would do in Premiere is you would go to your input LUT, browse, and of course you can use the internal ones too, but we're going to go to the LUT pack here. So you're going to see conversion LUTs and Rec 709 LUTs. You're not going to see those two things. So first you're going to go to conversion and you're going to convert whatever you're shooting in to 709. So boom, that converts it to Rec 709. Now I'm going to do some corrections first because one thing that I know about the GH5 is that it gets kind of pink. So I'm going to pull that over just a little bit. That feels a little bit better. I want the exposure to be nice. I'm going to bring the contrast up ever so slightly. I'm going to bring the saturation down just a touch. So that feels pretty balanced to me. I don't know how much you can see in the recording, but again, that feels balanced and feels good. So what you're going to do to apply these new LUTs is go to the Creative tab and then click Look and then Browse, and we're going to go now to the 709 LUTs. Now, there's a bunch in here. This one's going to be fixed. It's all, whatever. It's wrong now, but it will be fixed later. In yours, it will be fixed. So all these different LUTs are just kind of different looks. So we can do aging green first. Let's see what it kind of looks like. Now, this is obviously kind of hefty. And one of the great things about using a LUT is that you can tone it down. So for instance, maybe something like 56% or so looks pretty good. Again, it kind of adds this like cool kind of stylized green. I don't know how much you can see on camera. Of course, you can probably tell that. So we got the age green. We can do this kind of bright bleach look. So it's a little bit like less contrast, a little bit brighter, kind of clean, more like pinks, things like that. We have things like fade, which this one's really heavy. This one is meant to fade. I recommend, like that's with it off, I recommend putting it somewhere in the like 40% range. It's kind of like a teal and orange, but it has a little more like browns underneath. We have the faded steel. So if I bring that back up to 100, it's kind of similar to the fade, but it's got a little more blues inside of it. Again, I don't know how well this is coming across, but you can, see a little bit better when you're using them. The hipster is kind of just this cool like hipster look. It's pretty neat. I like that one. And of course you can tone it down if it's too much for you, but I kind of like this one at 100%. Looks really good. There is the Instagram one, which I'm not going to show you now because it's messed up on here, but it's just kind of like a Instagram-ish looking filter. There's this one called Leave the Skin Alone. And this one pretty much desaturates and makes the rest of the image blue while leaving a lot of the skin tones pretty natural. So that's pretty cool. And we'll do the old timer. This is just black and white. And of course you could tone that back if you wanted to do like half, but nice black and white. Can't go wrong with that. We have Punch, which this one is like really punchy, vibrant reds in particular and punchy colors. This I like to bring back just a little bit, probably to 75% or so. And again, this is all to taste, so that's why that's great about the Lumetri panel, is you can sort of adjust these however you want. And then we're going to go to Punchy Film. So the Punchy Film has kind of this like filmic look where, not that it's clipping the highlights, but it's making those highlights look a little bit smoother, a little more green, typically what film would look like. And then, or, depending on the film type. The Scope of Cinema, this is teal and orange. I love this. This is like one of my favorites. And again, you can tone it down or up. And then the last one is Tranquil, which Tranquil is just kind of like a light. It kind of brings the contrast up a little bit, and it adds, again, a little bit of that like filmic look. So to kind of show you on another shot, we're going to go to this shot right here. And we're going to go back into that basic correction. Whoops. So we're going to do the Vlog to 709. Now again, in this, I'm going to pull the highlights down. That'll balance us out, bring our contrast up, and then bring it back towards that green just a hair. We're going to go to the Creative tab, go to Look, Browse, and I think for this one, I'm going to do the, let's try the punchy film first. That's kind of a cool look. Something you might do is maybe tone that down and then bring the saturation down a little bit. That's kind of cool. Maybe even the overall exposure. You could also do this. See the hipster. Hipster is kind of cool on this one, especially at like 100. Again, you could pull the saturation down even more, but that looks really good. Might even underexpose this ever so slightly, so it's like really contrasty. And maybe even add like a vignette. Something like that's kind of cool. Again, it's all about the style you're going for. But anyway, the big thing with these is I wanted to make sure that these were affordable and that they were cheap LUTs. So right now they are on the website, down the link below, for $8.99. That is on sale. I don't know how long we're going to keep on sale. We keep the other ones on sale because I want to, again, keep these as low and cheap as possible. But it's a great LUT pack, especially if you're just starting out in weddings and you don't have a ton of different options and you want to get some basic stuff. And again, these are not something you just want to slap on. You want to make sure that you're doing some nice correction beforehand and, tinker with them. Mess with them, do whatever you want, and make them look good. So let me know if there's any specific ones that you want to see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.